Hello, my name is Heidi Figueroa Ramirez. My ID is 1362492. And today, my partner, Dominga Cabrera, and I, we're going to talk about the phonetic alphabet and the phonetic transcription. Let's say the IPI. The IPI is the International Phonetic Alphabet. And let's start by the concept. The concept of the IPA, as I mentioned, the International Phonetic Alphabet, was first approached by Otto Jefferson in a letter that he wrote to Power Passy from the International Phonetic Association. The intention of its creator was to adjust the representation of the spoken languages, avoiding the confusion that is caused by the conventional spelling used in all languages. The IPA was also trying to replace the existing multitude of individual transcription systems. It was published in the 1888 and evaluated in several times in the centuries of the 20th and the 21st. The International Phonetic Association is responsible for the alphabet and it and published a table that it summarized it. The IPA primarily used Roman characters. Other letters are borrowed from different scripts. For example, also is included the Greek, and they are modified to conform the Roman style. Diacritics are used for fine distinctions in sounds and to show nasalization of vowels, length, stress, and tone. So basically, the International Phonetic Alphabet, the IPA, is an alphabet that is developed in the 19th century to represent the pronunciation of languages. One of the goals of the IPA was to provide a unique symbol of each distinctive sound of a language, that each sound or each phoneme can be distinguished one word from another. The IPA can be used for broad and narrow transcription. For example, in English, there is only one sound. This is the phoneme. So that one can be distinguished by native speaker. Therefore, only one symbol is needed in a broad transcription to indicate every sound. If there is a need to transcribe narrowly in English, diacritical marks can be added to indicate that it is in a word, for example, in the word tap, in the word path, or in the word stem. Differ slightly in pronunciation. The IPA didn't become as its creator wanted to be. The phonetic transcription it's not used like commonly in America, where let's say like it's not it's more commonly in Europe, but it was not in America. But normally it's being employed in linguistic and in dictionary, and some other singers also they use um, the IPA. So thank you so much for continuing watching. Now I'm going to leave you with my partner, Dominga Cabrera, and she will be talking about the phonetic transcription. Thank you so much for watching.
Hello everyone. Since we just talked about phonetic alphabet, in here we're going to be talking about phonetic transcription. And as we already saw in the last example, phonetic transcription won't be nothing more than the visual representation of speech sound in I mean, with the use of symbols. In some cases, it can go for the use to transcribe the words, but it can also go to specify the realization of those phonemes. For this, it is commonly used the International Phonetic Alphabet, and in here we're going to be showing a chart that includes all of those phonemes from consonant phoneme and vowel phonemes, as we already know, and so in some lessons before. In there, we're going to find some some symbols that represent the um, the phonemes, and we also are going to find some especially symbols that we might not know but that have a specific use. For example, we're going to find the diacritics, and we can also find um, some, um, let's say, consonants or vowel phonemes with some special symbols above, below, or next to it. We're not going to go through a lot of details on it because we don't really want to get lost in this, or we maybe don't really know what is it exactly. But what I can say about it is that those symbols that we can find between the international phonetic alphabet are going to be according to the realization of the phonemes. Like, for example, um, some symbols that are above or below or just next to the consonant of phoneme are going to be indicating how to pronounce them. And also we're going to find some symbols upside to the ones that are not upside but upside down to the ones that we already know, and those ones are called diacritics. Diacritics are used to represent whether a sound it can be like stronger. Let's say, for example, in the word or in the phoneme ra or ra, we don't really say ra in the or ra in the realization of the word, but when we use this phoneme, we say we use of it like ra. Let's say an example. For example, we don't say row, but we say row. By knowing this, we can then move on to our next topic, which is about broad and narrow transcription. So in phonetic transcription, we're going to find two distinctive ways to represent or to transcribe a phoneme. For example, we're going to find broad and narrow transcription. In broad transcription, it's going to be a kind of transcription that doesn't offer a lot of details on the pronunciation of the word. For example, let's say that in the word top, if we're going to transcribe it in a broad way, we then will have like the ta, a, pa. But if we go through a narrow way, which is a representation of a more specific way that offer more details, then we're going to find that when we pronunciate it, there's going to be an aspiration of the t. Like, for example, top. We know this because when we pronunciate the word, there's like a bit of air coming out or pushing out with the word ta, something like this. So to make a review, let's say that broad transcription are kind of transcription that doesn't offer a lot of details, but narrow transcription goes to specify or show more details about the pronunciation or the realization of the language, and it is mostly about how the speakers make use of the language. For example, on dialects, let's say that in one country, some speakers will make use of the language, and they will probably want to, and they were probably going to pronounce the same one word in the same way. So let's say that in this case we're talking about allophones. So as we already know, um, it is the way on how we pronounce one phoneme in different way. By this, we are saying that, for example, one English speaker will pronounce one phoneme, let's say, in one way, but then um, another speaker will do it in another way. And now, in the examples that I led you, you're going to find more details on what narrow and broad transcriptions are. Thank you guys for paying attention and have a good one.